So I just got finished watching this link in the sidebar, and I got it from a guy. Some of you probably know him on Stickam. He goes by Earthling on Stickam. Uh, Stickam, by the way, is, if you're behind the curve like me, if you're not one of the cool kids like me, it's like a live chat website where you can like talk to each other right on, right through video. It's pretty neat for having direct discussion, and you don't have, there's a chat room in every room, so you can, type text into the, while, for everyone to see if you don't have a camera. But you can sit there live on your camera and blab about whatever. It's pretty interesting if you've never, seen it. I was pretty impressed, honestly. So yeah, got sent this link, and I gotta be honest, it's pretty interesting because it provides it gives hope to some kind of a scientific justification or logical rationale for order emerging out of with no organization, with no leaders, with no governance. People wonder how this can happen, why this can be, especially when they look at, at other times and they see that people haven't done this. That the argument, the traditional argument, is that leaders always naturally develop. But in actuality, it's usually because of force or some kind of willingness to compromise, to not allow the natural interactions of people to play out, and an unwillingness to see what happens, because after all, people are scared of what they don't know. And for some reason, the vision of what we like to call a free society scares a lot of people. I don't know why, but it does. But what I see in Emergence, and in this scientific theory, I guess it is a way to communicate to these people that there is a scientific rationale for believing, and there's a rational basis for thinking that order will emerge out of nothing. In other words, that order follows liberty, not that liberty follows order. To me, demonstrating this is that should be the goal. Because the people who aren't convinced of this are the people that need to be convinced. Most people it's funny because most people agree with a lot of the things we'll say. Freedom of interaction, providing for other people, acting as a community, being able to being responsible for yourself. That's another thing. Personal responsibility. People agree with a lot of those things, but they just don't think that they can come about without a leader. I think that it's our job as anarchists to demonstrate how it can and why. Because showing to, your average person on, on the street is important. You can't just, you can't just go about your life and expect this to you know change. You have to live it, and if you live it, you'll you know we're at least that one step closer. Every person who acts and who decides to go at to take their, I'm trying to think of something that's not a cliche, and I can't. To take your destiny into your own hands, to decide for yourself that you don't need to wait for somebody to say, okay, it's okay to rebel now. Yeah, it's okay to to work against the state now. Yeah, that's okay now. No one's going to rubber stamp that, and no one's going to come along and say that's okay. You just have to do it. You have to take upon yourself. You have to take it upon yourself to learn as much as you can, to figure out as much as you can now. I mean, especially if we see this as being an inevitability, which most of us do. That this way of organizing people, of having these bodies that rule over people, it's just destined to fail. It's not going to last. So we should prepare ourselves now as best we can to deal with the complexity that will emerge when these power structures are gone, because it will emerge. People form themselves into groups and into collectives, if you will, that are where they rely on each other, where they go off of they live by observing the way other people act and other people behave, because they're not sure what to do for themselves. I think everybody does this. I mean, and yeah, this this does play back into Dawkins too, that we're not our genes, if you will, aren't designed to self-destruct. We're not designed, we're designed to find the path of least resistance, if you will, to find the easiest way and do it. And that way would be that which ensures our survival. We're not designed to work against our survival, I think. That's why that's why, the big corporation that dumps the grain into the sea, that's why that feels so unnatural, and we feel, it's such an injustice. We feel it. Because we're not designed to do that. We're not designed to live like that as human beings, as organisms, I don't think. So yeah, if you have the time, check that out. Some more ramblings from me. I'm getting to the point where I don't really know what to talk about on here anymore. So if there's a lot of topics bouncing around, and so if you're interested in anything I have to say or not, let me know.